Today on the channel, we're going to do something just a little bit different. So a friend of mine, Matt, who's up in Philadelphia, he is a professional engineer. He is a very busy dude. He works at like 5 different studios, just had his 450th session that he's been a part of. So I thought it would be fun for us to sit down and react to viral audio-related content that I see online. So let's just jump into it. This is, oh man, I'm actually excited about this video. Okay.
Hey guys, so I just got a brand new mic and headphones from Sony. So we're gonna unbox them, set it up, and record some vocals. This is the MDR7506 headphones, and this is the C80 mic. So let's use them.
Check.
So far, so good.
Check. Okay, I think you can hear me now. Wow, this quality is amazing. You can literally hear everything that I say. Okay, so we're just gonna track some vocals.
My heart is so happy when I see this. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
we're so close.
We're so close. We're so close. End address microphones versus side address microphones. This is an important thing to grasp. There's a little coin inside of condenser microphones. You want that coin to be facing you. And in those microphones, also in like this style microphone, that coin is right there. So when you point it at yourself, it's picking you up. When you do that, it is recording your pants. She is currently recording her right shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That
You
hand.
got everything you asked for, and now you're telling me you want more. And then you left me on the dance floor, dizzy as hell, baby. What you doing that for?
I mean, I gotta say, for like that microphone not being in the right place, it doesn't sound.
It's still
awful.
usable.
It's usable.
Like, it's not terrible, but it's not right.
You're right. I mean, if you got that session sent to you to mix, like you'd be like, okay, we've got problems to deal with, but like,
yeah, you might not even notice. Like, I wouldn't. My instinct wouldn't be that like that was the issue,
right?
Unless I saw it. But this is like. This is like the reverse 421 problem.
Yeah.
Have you seen people do that with the 421?
Yeah, and we will absolutely get to that. Okay. Yeah. That is, oh man, foreshadowing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, but it's so interesting because like it's almost like a little bit of a nod to the Sony C80 for having this much clarity in a spot that it's supposed to be rejecting, which I guess could be a bad thing too, depending
good,
on what you're looking for. Then again, this mic is almost exclusively a vocal mic, so.
All right, no, let's listen back.
You got everything you asked for.
And see, when I heard that, I was like, she's trolling. That's like a fully mixed finished song.
Yeah.
So I'm like, she can't be serious.
She didn't
like,
record that handheld.
Yeah, and then of course the comments.
Yeah.
Somebody please get her an engineer.
Oh, no.
She used the mic wrong, of course. Rough to watch. I mean, hey, listen, she's getting views by whatever means necessary. You're an amazing singer. See, that's the only downside, is that she might be kidding about this. I think that she is trolling. I'm sure she's probably sung into a condenser microphone before. But like for someone who doesn't know anything about music or music production might be like, oh yeah, you always sing into the top of a microphone, and that's just
someone's complaining about the holding it too.
You can't grab the microphone
You'll break
that
it
way.
touching it that way. Maybe. I think I would be more concerned with the sound than, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good times. Good times. All right. We are going strong.
Read the manuals on your microphones
if you
don't know.
Yeah.
Just check.
When in doubt. Or just ask somebody that you may know.
Yeah.
All right. And on that note.
I had this mic.
This is my video. Okay.
Yeah.
Like that one. At a trombone. And I come out. And the musician has moved it to point straight up in the air. That is not the way they're supposed to face.
The thing that I love about that, though, is because, like, with the Sennheiser 421, it kind of looks like a side address microphone. Yeah. Like, I don't know why Sennheiser did it that way, to where they would put the logo across a bar on right in front of the capsule that you're supposed to point at the source.
And it's like, it's black on black. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
And it does, like, I don't know, if you've only... I don't know. There's all kinds of reasons you could make this mistake. The frustrating thing about this particularly, though, was that I had it pointed at the trombone player, and as this big baffle that you see here is between the control room and where he was, so I couldn't see this happening. And I was like, I guess he's just playing pretty quiet, but it was like this big long live jam. And so I came out and I saw that, I was like, and that's why he was quiet.
It's one of those things. Like having a microphone not in perfect position, like okay, like we can work around it. Things happen, sure, but like, oh man, that's really funny. And then you go out and you're like cleaning up and you're just like, oh Jesus, that's why.
There was my problem.
There it is. Yeah. Oh, that's so fun.
And it all worked fine in the end.
Yeah. Okay, this one's got a little bit of a surprise attack to it. Okay. So the ending, I was not expecting, but it's fun. Oh, hold on. It would help if I turned on the volume for this. Let's go to there. Okay.
Tell you what, I just got this new plugin. It uses AI technology to generate an entire choir based on your lead vocal. Let's just use that. You want to do a bunch of harmony vocals? Tell you what, how about I take your lead vocal and I just melodyne it into a bunch of different melodies, and then we'll get this like really cool kind of vocodery Bon Iver type thing. Is that cool? You want to...
Which is something I feel like a lot of us have done, is, get a bunch of, just melodyne vocal harmony. Yeah, that is something that was very
the auto-tune or Antares choir thing.
Yep. Yep.
Do a bunch of vocal harmonies? Okay, let's just get a few takes and I'll use auto-tune and vocal line to make sure everything's really nice and tight.
That is what I'm most familiar with, is like, sure, we could tune it and we'll line it, make sure it's all nice and tight.
Yep.
You want to do a bunch of vocal harmonies? Okay, let's just get a ton of takes and we'll figure out which ones work the best. And if I have to manually move some stuff around, that's no big deal.
Again, that is very similar to my experience in the studios that I've worked in. It was, we'll just get a lot of takes and figure out which ones work best and we'll splice some together.
You want to do a bunch of vocal harmonies? Okay, it looks like I only have 2 tracks open on my 2-inch tape. I don't necessarily want to sync up another machine, so give me a second. I can bounce some things around to free up some space on the tape, and we can go from there. Oh my God, they just hit the second tower.
Oh God, yeah, it's so it's so crazy to laugh at that.
Content is so good. It's always
he is so fun.
Because there's always a punchline waiting, and there's usually a long wait for it.
Yeah,
it's always
that dude's so great. Yeah. All right, let's see. Okay, so we got Shane Lance. Shane,
you want to know how you identify a real audio engineer, a top-level seasoned pro? How often are they hitting Command S? It should be happening so often that it's concerning. You're concerned with their mental state. It should feel like a tick. It should be annoying. If it's not annoying, I would question everything about their skill and who they say they are. And I don't care if the DAW auto saves every 10 seconds. You got to be click-clacking that thing constantly. You never know. If your engineer's not, I would be deeply concerned.
Yeah, I mean,
1,000%.
100%. Yeah. That is, where that comes from is having made that mistake. That's like, oh shit, I just lost something.
Yeah,
like that is the worst feeling in the world. So. And you can only really become obsessively, compulsively hitting Command S on what you're doing after making those mistakes.
Yes.
And so,
but it's just good muscle memory to build.
Oh, yeah.
Just never stop to it. Where that S should almost not be visible on your keyboard.
Yeah.
Like that's, that's
just worn out. I was going to say, I think all my keys are still doing good. But
they look good.
Yeah, give it time. Okay. So Tascam 424.
Actual Tascam preamps versus a Tascam preamp pedal.
Okay, so one thing I just got to say right off the bat, like the Tascam preamp thing for guitar is interesting when McGee does it because it was a new thing. I think it's interesting that we're all, when I say we, I'm definitely not necessarily doing this, but there's a lot of guitar players that are just trying to chase that sound.
Yeah.
Which happens in the guitar world. They're like, oh, that's a cool sound. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I don't know. I'm kind of like lukewarm on that. But the thing that I dislike is what it's done to the prices of the Tascam.
The hype turned to like crazy inflation. Huge bummer. Yeah, I did watch a lot of videos about this pedal though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is an interesting pedal.
How close can you actually get? Recently.
Also, this guy, Audio Haze, fantastic channel.
Yes.
So, yeah, like I really like his channel. I don't always agree with his taste in microphones, but, oh my God, drama.
Thanks to this man right here, the most popular distortion on the market is the gain stage of a Tascam 424. These things used to be $50. I just recently saw this one for $600. So JHS Pedals just sent over their
That's insane.
That's bad.
That's crazy.
new 424 gain stage. How close can we get with a pedal that costs about half the price as the Tascam 424? Now, I have a Tascam 414, and a little pro tip, these are a little bit cheaper and they have the exact same preamps. They're
They're
still
not going to be cheap after that video.
People have figured...
There's no way they're cheap now if you made this video.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've checked out pretty much all Tascam like 4-track tape recorders, and they're all just maxing out right now.
Yeah,
so
that they have the same preamps. Using a combination of the gain slider, the main fader, and if you run mono out of the headphone jack, you can also use the monitor output as another gain stage. You can take your guitar from a really mild crunch to absolute insanity.
Whoa. See, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm not a huge fan of the console distortion sound. Like, even the 1073, it's gotta be, I don't know, it's gotta be the right player.
It's gotta be a very particular situation for it to work.
Yeah.
When it does, it is very cool.
It can be.
And there are cool non-McGee things to do with it.
Sure.
But it seems like most people are just chasing a thing that already is.
Yeah.
So
that's my experience too. Yeah.
The 424 gain stage has 2 different gain knobs, presumably to emulate the slider and then also the main fader.
You know, it's funny. I do notice there's a difference in like brightness in the pedal. Just hearing this video on my Neumann monitors, it's like we're comparing preamps of Tascams through. Anyways, what is life?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the pedal does sound like it's intended for a guitar amp more so, which I think is interesting.
I do like that it has the DI out.
It does have a balanced output. That's cool.
It looks like there's fun reamp stuff that like not even non-guitar stuff is probably what I would even like look to why I would think about something like this.
It's kind of like what's that Sans amp? Those Sans amp pedals. Those are killer. God, I love those. Yeah.
Let's see about trying to match this tone as accurately as possible.
I mean, I feel lukewarm on it. It's not like my favorite guitar sound. I think that McGee definitely uses it towards his advantage and actually sounds pretty good. But it's God, that's not like the first tone that I would be reaching for.
But also, if you just have that sound, that's not going to make you sound like him.
Yeah,
there are so many other pieces of that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That,
doesn't he also use like a gated reverb?
I think there are. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But
maybe somebody.
We're getting into a tone is in the hands discussion here.
Indeed, yeah, and like when he takes it like way too far, it like that's like actually one of my favorite things to do. That's how I get to know gear and to me, in my experience, like there's a difference between like. You know, when you're listening to something, like crank it up like all the way so that you can find out what it's doing, and then you can dial in like the balance and the preference. Then again, this comes from a guitar player's background, so it's like I would try out an amp, and what would be one of the first things I would do? Oh, let's dime it. Let's figure out what that knob does. Okay, that's way too much. Let's take it. 60%'s good. But yeah, that to me is and this is going to be a lovely segue into this next video. I need to say this right off the bat. I know that a lot of people enjoy this fellow's videos. This is no beef with this fellow. I actually like his channel. I think that he says a lot of things that are very useful. But this is just a clip that I wanted to show. So
this is new to me. So
yeah, AP mastering. Yeah, he's like this fellow. He loves to like tell people about when they're, just wasting money on stuff. I'm all for that. Like
that seems good on
that's a good use of time and a good use of your intentions here on YouTube, like to try and keep people from just throwing buckets of money at the newest plugin or the newest whatever it is.
There are a lot of people trying to get you to spend money in this industry.
Props to him for breaking that cycle. But with that being said, I did want to actually play this one particular clip. What was the timestamp? Okay.
The interface isn't going to impart analog warmth or whatever in your mix. If you think that, you've fully fallen for the plugin scam. If your workflow mainly consists of random knob twirling without a plan or direction of where you're going, then I guess that's probably fun if you're a noob, but that's not something that I'm interested in as a professional. Just because a plugin might faithfully mimic the frequency.
I get what he's saying, and I get what he's going for, and I generally think that I agree with the main point that he's trying to make. But kind of like what I was saying right before this, again, was a lovely segue. I crank stuff all the time to figure out what it's doing.
Yeah. So,
go for it. Yeah.
I guess the main thing here is like the claim of like don't know what you're gonna do, then do it. Don't screw around.
In a way. So it's like, okay, have a plan.
Yeah,
couldn't agree more.
absolutely.
Absolutely. You need to, well, not necessarily need to. And when you're first starting out, it is just it's a game of chaos. You throw everything at the wall, and when you find something that sticks, you try it again, and maybe it'll stick again. That's how you develop your own personal style. The way that I mic up an acoustic guitar, when I mic up an acoustic guitar, people look at it like I'm insane for the most part. But it was through a ton of trial and error of not knowing what the fuck I was doing before I could figure out, oh, actually, I really like it when I put that microphone 3 feet out and this microphone right there. Like, it's just how it goes. With the gear, in order to get to know the gear, you got to crank the living snot out of stuff. Like, if you're dealing with an EQ, it's like, I always love it when people are like, okay, 500 hertz, and we're just going to pull out 2 dB. And I'm just like, how much? Like, I work in like a minimum of 3 dB increments usually, and then fine tune from there.
Yeah.
Like minimum.
Probably.
But yeah. Like, don't be afraid to twirl some knobs.
Yes.
It's like the best advice I ever got. Yeah.
And I think you can be mixing with intent and still having fun.
Yeah.
Don't think that that's necessarily what he's trying to say. But like,
I don't think so either.
It's screw around with stuff.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely. Yeah.
Sometimes it works out great. Sometimes it truly backfires. But especially if you're all digital, like, undo, whatever.
Yeah, Apple Z.
It's going to be fine.
Apple Z is a miracle. I can't believe that exists in this world. Like, oh my God. Yeah, moving on.
All right.
The biggest lawsuit in the pedal world is over, and I think Behringer won. After shamelessly copying the Klon's branding enough to get sued, Behringer Centaur started to disappear from stores online until it was replaced by the Centaura, which might not look any different to you, but to the average lawyer, the difference between them looks like this. Now that their legal fees are shrinking, Behringer passed the savings on to the consumer and made the pedal $10 cheaper, which kind of makes up for the fact that you'd now be buying a pedal with the name Behringer clearly written on it. And rumor has it that you can get an additional $10 rebate if you testify against the Klon makers in court. I think it's safe to say that Behringer won because no matter what happens, I feel like this very public lawsuit was the best free marketing that this pedal could get. The biggest
I mean, yeah, I think that she's right. The Klon thing is also another one of those where it's like, God, there's so much lore and there's so much of a story that surrounds it, which makes them so expensive. Like, God, how much is the most expensive Klon?
It's the original 424 situation.
Oh, it's like that, but like on crack. Hold on, Klon.
Yeah, what is the
original? God, I can't type. 10 grand.
No way.
No, that's the horsey. Okay, wait.
I mean, no way in that, like, that's a crazy price.
It is. I've seen, like, some of the actual original Klons go for way too much. And it's like, it's a pedal that was made, as it says here, between 94 and 2008. And it's like, it's just a fuzz. Like, it's just a fuzz pedal.
Yeah.
They sound good. I like them. But, yeah.
What made them get so expensive? It was just, like, on a famous couple records.
Okay. So this is kind of similar to the story that I told in the video where I was talking about the PV amp.
Oh yeah.
And it's like it's the story. And it's like the second that it comes out that someone used it in a certain way to get a particular sound or whatever it is, it's no longer just that little pedal. It's now, this is rare and therefore collectible because it now represents a piece of history that not everybody can own. And so it just starts jacking up the price. It's the same reason why, you know, vintage 1176s will fetch crazy amounts of money. But you know just as well as I do, an original 1176 isn't even really original. Stuff has been replaced throughout the years.
Yeah.
Like electronics wear out. There's not two original 1176s that sounds the same. So it has nothing to do with the sound. I'm sure they sound great.
Yeah.
But
the legend creates a price that is
exactly
the whole thing.
And then
crazy.
rinse and repeat with like the entire gear economy with Neve, with SSL, with API, with all those guys. The thing I think that's going to be interesting about this is that the pre-lawsuit Behringers are going to start fetching collector's prices.
That's so true.
And like I was talking with the recordist, the Time Preservation Society, shout out to that channel, and he was saying that those pedals are already starting to fetch collector's prices. I know.
That's so funny.
It really is. Okay. This is interesting. So I'm also like a photographer. So this, even though it's like a photography centric kind of like podcast and they're like talking about tech and stuff, I feel like it's still like an interesting thing. So 10:18. Let me find the clip. And hopefully no one can hear my neighbors doing their yard work.
Dude, I've hung out at the Leica store in New York before. There are people that walk in and just like, yeah, I don't know. I was like thinking maybe I should have a camera to carry around with me. Like, what is that? And they're like, oh, that's the Q3. And they're like, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And then they just pay $6,000.
Unfortunately, that person exists in every hobby, and it's really frustrating. People in the hobby,
which is again, it's like I premeditated the list of these videos for us to react to. Those people exist in every hobby, and they will drive up the cost of things for everyone else.
That's
people
who have great, incredible gear.
Oh my God!
And that doesn't necessarily mean they know how to do anything with it. But it might. It's just
might.
It's
and the thing that I always think about too is something that Shane Lance said, which he says this every 2 weeks on his TikTok. But he's like, there's a dude with a basement with $1 million studio, and he's making boring ass music.
Yes.
Which is something to keep in mind, you know, and I've said some version of that. He says it much more concisely, but mine is like, I'm more excited about the kid who's like screaming into a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 because that's all he has access to.
Yeah.
I'm more excited about that music than I am about the music that's been recorded through multi-million-dollar consoles in the greatest sounding, technically correct rooms. Like, I'll take weird room reflections in a good performance any day over.
There's probably better songs being written with a Squier than a Les Paul.
Yeah.
Like, just because that's people who, like, gotta do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta do it. All right.
What's aesthetically pleasing about these foam squares that people tend to put on their walls of their home studio? Greasy Will is going to war with these things, and that is a hill that I have been dying on for years. So in addition to kind of like talking shit on these, I'm also going to like give you some options for what I do at my studio for a better solution for acoustic treatment that very well might be cheaper. I can't speak for Will, but something that really frustrates me about these things is that there's a level of market manipulation going on with them. Auralex has done an amazing job of making it seem like these are the things you need to have when you are first recording to make your room sound amazing and to make yourself look legit, when really it kind of does the opposite. I don't think
that's something I always think about, and like legitimately, like the point that he makes right there, I think is so important because even like when I graduated recording school, Pro Tools school, and I understood that concept entirely. I didn't have access to any other type of room treatment, and I had a somewhat problematic room, and ended up buying those anyways.
Oh, I had them, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, but their marketing is so good, and like when you're checking them out, and it's like, oh, they are somewhat dense, and you're like, okay, they might actually sound like something. They just kill off high frequencies. That's pretty much it.
I switched from them to legit panels.
Yeah.
And It's a night and day difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah. Watch a couple more seconds of this.
Yeah.
But it's a 4-minute video.
This isn't necessarily a delegitimizing factor, but if I see somebody giving audio advice on TikTok and they have these behind them and no other kind of acoustic treatment, I definitely raise an eyebrow. And to me, it's disgusting that you can get on Amazon and find these listed as soundproofing. You're not going to be able to put a few of these on your wall and expect that your neighbor's not going to hear your band practice. So let's talk about what these actually do.
Yeah, and I think we'll stop it there because they take your high frequencies and initial like high pitch reflections and they can tame those. So they have their place, but they are definitely not soundproofing. The only way to soundproof is you got to build a room within a room. And there needs to be like dead air space, and it needs to be heavily insulated, and a number of other things. Acoustics is a crazy subject, and it gets mathematical in a surprisingly short amount of time. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is fun.
Hey guys, quick audio tips. If the gains, use the faders. What's important is that the structure. You want the RF coordination is really what you got to make sure that your intermodulation and Dante networks are. I hope that helps.
Oh my God, Dante networks! Like as soon as you said Dante networks, that's so.
That's
funny.
as good as a lot of the advice out there.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah, it's right there with it. But this dude has a great channel.
He does.
Yeah.
Hi everyone.
This is
I'm
one
a
of my favorite
professional audio mixer for film and television. I want to share with you a cool tip. Almost every single rain sound in film and TV is actually the sound of frying food. Let's take a listen. It's way easier to record frying chicken than it is to get the microphones wet outside in the rain. The more you know.
That's fantastic. I've never recorded the sound of like frying food, and I have recorded the sound of rain because I've got this little like overhanging like deck, and so I had a couple like Rode NTG 4s, I think, sitting in ORTF, but it was protected. And since those are like shotgun microphones, like hypercardioid or maybe supercardioid, I don't know, but one of the two, it was like only capturing just the sound of like the rain on the ground. It was great, but yeah. That's so much more controlled.
You had to wait for the right moment. You had to.
I had to set up 2 microphones and mic stands, and I didn't have like a stereo bar, so it was like fuxing around with like 2 different.
Foley is such a fascinating art form.
It is.
I am amazed by people who do it.
It is an art form.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure. All right, let's do this one.
So I was thinking it would be something like, do da. Da da do 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 da 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 do 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 da da do 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 scrap do 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 ba, and then maybe like when it goes to the faster part, you're going.
I mean,
you're a guitar player, right?
And drummer.
Okay, you
so
are.
I've done both. Okay. Yeah, I've done both guitar and drums. But I will say I have been this guy, and I've been on the receiving end.
I've been the drummer.
This is.
I've been this.
Yeah. Yeah, can you do that thing like on the toms where it's just like
yeah, or like after you like rehearse a song, like that fill you did in the middle was great. I'm like, I have no clue.
Oh yeah,
was it this? They're like, that wasn't. It was like boom 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 boom. Like,
yeah,
sure, I'll definitely do that again.
Even worse, like there was I was like laying down some drums for like a singer songwriter friend of mine, and like I was like recording her whole record for her, and in the recording. There was a drum fill in the middle that I did where I don't remember what I did. Yeah. I was like listening back and I was like, oh, that sounds great. And I was like, but I need to retake the lead into that fill. And I was like, I don't know that I could do that. Like, I just don't remember what I did at all. It took forever to get that lined up.
This is also the guitar player that will program unplayable drums too.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just all 30-second notes on the kick that are all syncopated and in different time signatures. Yeah. Oh my God. Which is kind of like Jason McGurr. Have you watched that dude play drums?
Maybe.
Oh man, we're gonna take a quick break to watch that because this dude is amazing.
You keep 4/4 time, but all your limbs play either a different rhythm or in a different time signature.
What is the quality? 480p.
My left hand is
Love
going to be
that.
playing what's called the backbeat, which is beats 2 and 4. My hi-hat foot is going to be playing a dotted eighth pattern or groups of 3, playing in 3. My right foot is going to be playing a pattern in 5. And my ride cymbal is going to be keeping time and varying with different 16th notes, which is way too much information. But anyway, we're going to try it out.
Basically, every single limb is in a different time signature, and every now and then they line up.
I'll start simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4. And
So far, so good.
Okay, as I can follow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, got to do the
when the feel. Yeah. Wow.
I mean,
that's my brain can't understand that.
I kept up with it, but the thing that I always love about music that's like that is that like when my brain was like grooving with it, I was like, cool, like I'm into this, yeah, like I get the beat, and then eventually my mind is just like I can't, and then I just stop, and it just forces you to just like observe and listen.
Yeah, that's incredible.
He's so good. He's the drummer for Death Cab for Cutie. For those that don't know, he's such a fantastic drummer. When I started playing drums, and because I had listened to Death Cab for Cutie before, but I hadn't really paid attention to the drums. I was like, sure, it sounds good, but like once I started paying attention to the drums, I was like, oh, this guy's incredible. This dude is an incredible drummer. He's so good. Okay. Oh, this is a fun one.
I just have 3 plugins in my vocal chain because I felt like I had so many plugins on when I was recording that I really didn't know what was actually being recorded.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Like whenever and this dude, like he says some things that are like pretty cool sometimes, and other times he says things where I'm just like, that seems a little much. This is one of those where it's a little much to have. I don't know if he said how many, but like a whole bunch of plugins while tracking vocals. Like, yeah,
there might be a time where you want a certain vibe and it's nice for the artist to hear it when they're recording. But I would say
you have to get there.
There are very few times when I would be doing that, maybe at all.
Yeah.
Obviously depends on your setup and the situation, but like I worked with a guy for a time who was doing this regularly and was recording with all of these plugins on, but like they were on even when he was getting levels and stuff. I'm like, you don't even know you're recording.
That's the thing. Yeah,
I don't know. This can lead you to a bad spot pretty quickly.
Yeah,
if you're not careful.
And like God, I always think about it as like it depends on the plugins too, because like okay, like you want to track with a compressor, I'm down with that. I 100% almost always have a compressor on when I'm tracking. But like EQ, we're starting to get a little dangerous because, well, like even if you're working with like the UAD stuff and like you can remove those plugins later, great. But like once you start EQing and de-essing and, you know, maybe doing saturation and everything else, like how are you going to know what microphone you're actually listening to?
Yeah.
Like you gotta start at the source with the most purest possible outcome and then kind of work your way back and kind of cater from there. Yeah.
Try to use your microphone, your preamps and everything, and just try to use only 3 plugins to...
I'm gonna go a step further. Say 1, try to use nothing more than a compressor. I would say a compressor to me could be useful because yes, a compressor can bring out certain things in a microphone that you may either want or not want. So a compressor can be useful.
Yeah.
That would be it, though.
I would say
maybe verb.
If you're talking about after the fact, try limiting yourself to even like a channel strip plugin.
Oh, he's talking about tracking.
But if you're tracking, if this is an issue you're having with tracking, I would say jump to no plugins on when you're tracking, or at most a compressor, but even then be careful.
Yeah. I agree with that entirely. I think that a compressor can definitely get the artist hyped up, so I'm all about that because recording is a vibe. But it's
I think maybe this goes back to the being intentional, know why you're doing it.
Oh my god!
If you have a good reason for each of those things, there could be something there. And again, if there's a vibe, getting the person feeling good, but I don't know. Just be careful with this.
Yeah.
Get the sound you're trying to accomplish. I bet you'll wind up having an even better result when you go to mixing or just in general, because if you can get it down to 3 plugins, that's when you know you're capturing it really well. So once I put a new microphone on, I'll be knowing, oh, this microphone chain, I don't like this chain. It's only 3 plugins. A Rosetta EQ, the auto tune, and I got a compressor.
I like to try.
I would say that might be a little too much. Yeah. EQ, auto tune, and compressor. Yeah, that might be much.
I think if you're having issues with the tone, though, the first thing you should change is something with the microphone or the performer before you ever start trying to think maybe I need to do something different. Maybe I got to put an EQ on this.
Yeah.
Maybe move them back or forwards or something a little bit first.
I always liked Bruce Swedeen had said something that was compressors are for children and EQ is entirely for correction. And I was like, oh God, I feel attacked.
Yeah.
But that dude is incredible. He did Michael Jackson's Thriller, and then also Rupert Neve infamously has said that he either hated EQs or something. He was like,
really?
EQs should only be used to correct something that can't be corrected with a microphone position.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a very interesting way to think about it too, because modern recording techniques, maybe you'll take a bright mic so that you can crank up that high shelf or something to get the sound of that. Sure, absolutely. But I don't know, the closer you can get to the destination, the less likely you are to have a rescue mission.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Moving on.
If you're an artist and you're recording through something like this, you should really get a preamp. A preamp like this one is just an amplifier that goes between your audio source and your audio interface. For example, I got this tube channel used for $115. When I first heard a mic through this, I could instantly tell there was less noise. And it's also fun to experiment with levels to get some tube distortion in your signal. Audio interfaces like this one do have preamps like this one here, but they tend to distort easy and have a lot of noise. Definitely add a preamp to your recording chain and make sure you turn the gain all the way down on your interface while you're using it. Follow for more sauce.
Sauce.
Okay, there's a big thing immediately with this.
Yeah.
Which is particular to this interface, but if you plug into that microphone input at all, that XLR input he's plugging into, you are using the preamp on that interface, correct?
Indeed.
So you're just sending in a preamp, the good preamp to the bad preamp.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah, which I always say that's kind of like you are looking at a wonderful photo and then you grab your iPhone and you take a picture of that picture.
That's a great analogy.
It's like your chain is only as strong as its weakest link, obviously. And with this, it's so even God, this is gonna get more complex than I really wanted it to. But if you plug in a external preamp and you hook it up into your interface with an XLR connector, it will go to that microphone preamp. You want it to go to your line inputs if your interface has a line input. Also, there's way more that I could say about that. I'll give you the very brief version. Some interfaces that say line input aren't even truly a line input. They're just like a 15 or 20 dB pad on the mic preamp. So it's allowing it to accept a line level signal, but it's not a true line input. It's still going through that same preamp circuit. A lot, if not most, of the introductory interfaces do that. Few exceptions, the Audient ID24 and 44, you can bypass the internal preamps, and there's a couple others, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. If you hook up an this isn't terrible because a preamp could help you out a little bit if you're working with a Focusrite Solo. But unfortunately, a Focusrite Solo is also not the right interface to hook up an external preamp to. It's not going to give you what you want. And then for a lot of people who are like, oh, I bought a preamp, but I couldn't really tell the difference. There's a chance that you're doing it this way. And because you were listening to it that way, you're really just hearing your Focusrite preamps take on whatever that other preamp was.
Yeah. So know how the gear you have works. So when you add stuff,
indeed,
they can talk to each other the way they're supposed to.
Indeed. All right. Last one.
All right.
How the fuck do I get my beats to stop sounding like a Mario level?
I would say don't try to make it stop. Like, that actually sounds cool. Like, make that work for you.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of, like, Anamanaguchi, if you ever listen to them.
What is that?
Oh, my God. They're a great band. I'm not going to play it in this video because copyright claims.
Sure. But,
yeah, oh, man, they're a lot of fun.
I had a similar issue when I was trying to make beats, which I have since given up on. But, like, stuff that was naturally coming out of me was, like, not cool.
Yeah.
And that was... it was not the right it wasn't what I hoped I was going to be making.
Right.
But at a certain point, you're like, yeah, that's the stuff that comes out of me, though. You can work on that and find a way, I'm sure. But, like, I don't know. If something's kind of naturally coming, like, find a way to lean into it and make that work with what you want rather than fighting it too hard.
And it sounds like, I mean, if I had to guess,
How
like...
the fuck do I get my beats to stop sounding like a Mario level?
First off, like... props for like making music while you're laying in bed. Like that's awesome too. But it sounds like you're also using like stock like MIDI instruments and stuff like that, which they can tend to sound cheesy, but lean into the cheese.
I mean, that synth is pretty Mario level though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, it's so good. All right.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Keep making that. I want to hear that full song.
I do too. Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like it was about to take us into a different place, maybe the boss level. And I was ready to take that ride, personally. So, yeah. All right, awesome. Well, Matt, thanks for joining me on this video.
Thanks for having me.
Where are the people able to find you?
Instagram or TikTok. Both of them are the same name, MattMcMahon_music.
Nice. And you are based out of Philadelphia, so if anybody is in Philly wanting to record, this guy has the keys to a lot of the studios that are up there. So, and he works all the time. So I'm sure he would be more than happy to help you out.
I would love to, yes.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed the video, of course, you know how this works. It's the internet. The currency of the internet is the buttons that you can press at the bottom. So please click the buttons, the like, the subscribe. Comment down below if you want to add to the discussion or argue with us about anything. That would be fantastic, and I would not ever be more excited about anything else in my life ever. So, okay, did I oversell that? I'll see you guys in the next one.